Welcome, IRP Circuit. Welcome back. After a little week break, nobody scheduling matches. It made me sad. We're back with week 7, and now hopefully Spectra is going to behave itself and actually function normally. Yippee! As you can see, we do have the map bans at the bottom, already pre-decided. The skirmish was at 4-4, and then T1 ended up actually taking the dub. It was Snail Darter, aimless, against Noble Dev. And they decided to go for Team 2. So Guangdong are your Team 1, T1 were your Team 2. Oh, I think I gotta slide this up a little bit for you guys. Here. I think I gotta slide this up a little bit. Let's see, let's see. Oh, we can actually see. Aha, there we go. There we go. I didn't realize you guys couldn't see it. Well, now you see the sides. Cool beans. Oh my goodness, someone's yapping in the in-game lobby right now. My goodness, dude, my goodness. Also, why isn't this working? There we go, finally. Just gotta make sure everything functions here, dude. Man, I leave for a tiny amount of time, and then my entire OBS decides, yeah, I'm just gonna, like, not work. You know why? Because screw you, that's why. Working's overrated. Functioning? Never. I would never. Ain't gonna happen. Not a million years. So that's what I'm dealing with right now. Is this gonna work? Is this gonna work? No, it's not. I guess we're doing display capture then. Alright, cool. You guys get to see my stuff when I tab out. Yippee! It's gonna be so awesome, so cool, so epic, so smooth. Alright, well, once again, we are, in fact, going to have Spectra up and active. I gotta make sure you guys can't see it on the side. Got a code going, got both teams nice and ready with map bans and such. I believe we're all nice and ready. Hopefully it stays that way. Because either way, today's gonna be fun. Let's go, we have more IRP Valorant! Yippee! 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 Just waiting for them to get in the lobby right now. Both teams are seated pretty high, so regardless of the outcome of today, I believe they are going to automatically qualify. Guangdong are currently 5-1, so even if they lose this one, 5-2, still making it. T1 are currently 4-2, so even if they lose today, they're looking at a winning season. Winning regular season, of course. And they have a pretty good shot of qualifying as well. So either way, I think they will be good. And now we are finally going to go ahead and load into the game here. We will swap on over to the big screen. Currently on your right are your Guangdong Tigers. On your left are your T1, lowercase T1 with the blue logo, gamers. We'll be starting on Ascent today. Crazy that they're going for a double Sentinel comp. I don't think that's something I would have expected out of them. Not a double Sentinel, excuse me, sorry. Double Initiator. The Fade on Ascent is something I don't think I've ever seen played in comp or anything in general. I'm actually kind of excited to see how this one plays out, just because I'm not used to this agent on this map. Oh my goodness, I see Buddy in the I see Buddy in the IRP chat, dude. Oh my gosh, this guy. Alright, the comp is fully locked in on your left for T1. Sova Fade Vice, Jet Omen. Not hating it. Pretty cool, honestly. Enya is yet to select, so we're gonna wait and see what they are gonna go for. Relatively standard comp. I enjoy the Phoenix. That's our one and only Mikey White. Double duelist today. Okay. That works with me. Hey, that works with me, man. I got to double check a couple things here. Okay, perfect. Let's hope that when we load in, everything goes correct. Let's hope it goes smooth. Let's hope this little button I'm gonna select will actually pop up the menu that I want it to pop up. and that we have a really good looking stream today. Yes! Yes! I don't know why they're all question marks, but it is what it is. Yes! Why are they all question marks, man? Yeah, Spectre hates me. Spectre hates me. Spectre might actually genuinely hate me. My goodness, dude. My gosh. Looks like they're going to start off with a fairly standard hold over here on A main. Typical one way. Guangdong are going to try to charge up into Cat right here. And they will have it pretty much for free. Lilac's going to be able to contest and stall with the Omen Paranoia, but Inia is going to end up sprinting up in. Kirito takes the first kill of the series. Inia trades it out as well, but Lilac's doing some damage of his own. Now 3-2-3. Inia gets yet another number. 3v2 now. Toppin stuck over there in A main's going to try to be flushed out by Inia. Both duelists chasing him down. He's a decent weapon for this, but not enough bullets in it to properly justify taking this fight head on. They're playing very disciplined too. Look at them. One not exactly swinging very close. Except for the reload prompt. Oh my goodness. I don't know how Toppin 5 has survived this long at this point. And now he's going to be able to potentially claim Mikey. He will. So now it's just Swivel in a 1v2. Chasing that fade was just not the method. Oh my goodness, 1v1, Initiator v Initiator. Toppin has not taken a single chip of damage so far, and he's collected 3 kills on the round. It's about to be number 4, but I fear it's not going to be enough time to defuse the spike. No, Guangdong are going to get it. Despite how close that just was, Guangdong end up getting the round. 1v1 goes in favor of Noble and Toppin. With 4 kills on the round, not 5. 4 kills, 4 kills. That's some crazy work. That is some pretty crazy work. Yeah, I'll make sure Spectre works in between the end of this game and the one in the future. Sorry, y'all. Sorry, y'all. It's been too buggy for me, man. It's been way too buggy. Not justifying the amount of effort I try to put into it. Very fast B main take. Guangdong now trying to spiral their infinite econ after winning that round. And did get dwindled away with all those deaths, but still. 2 T1 Boathouse players are ready to kill these people who jump on the site. They aren't going to get one with the classic, so that's going to be a positive econ damage. Oh my goodness, and as I'm saying that, Guangdong players just take out 3 immediately after that statement ends. Lilac's just going to do his best to go ahead and contain and potentially get some econ damage, but honestly, I don't think it's going to be too good of a situation for him to come out anyways. We're just stuck in place here at the moment. Such a disciplined hold. Just absolutely big chillin', not even gonna bother letting this classic get any damage onto them. I mean, you do have a Phoenix online, so it wouldn't hurt to potentially get a couple of those alt points on. You're just gonna go ahead and die to Spike. Good little play there for Lilac. Not risking too much. Getting an extra 1,000 on top of losing that round, but... down 2 immediately. You're hopefully gonna get some of your econ on the line here and potentially get a couple rounds after the bonus. None of the econ is on screen right now. Oh my gosh, dude. Really? Really? Now this is lame. Now this is lame. That's so lame, dude. What the heck? Well, I'm gonna assume they have really good rifles here. I wouldn't exactly know, though. I wouldn't exactly know. Little B split setup for Guangdong. They did manage to save 4 rifles coming into the previous round. Gavin's potentially going to be peeking into too many people. Never mind, he actually gets the pick on that one. And a couple extra T1 players are managing to get some damage of their own as well. Not Gavin. Miles tries sprinting through his own smoke. But Gavin's quick with it. That's a flawless round. Flawless round for T1. So once they get their weapons online, their defense is looking very pristine here. And now they won't even have to buy into the next round other than maybe a couple pieces of util here and there. Very good situation for them to be in right now. Maybe a little bit of a risky one for Guangdong to have to deal with. Yeah, dude, I don't even have the scoreboard button because I'm in the observer mode. Man, this would be so much better if I actually saw what they were buying.
Cover going out. Here.
Once again, Guangdong just storming in through this midsection area. They're going to encounter the Vice Wall this time, though. As well as a flash and more of the hole. They did just want to bait the wall out, it kind of seems. Lilac's in a bit of trouble, though. No, his TP doesn't quite reach that far in, and he takes advantage of it. Now they storm in through tree. Ooh, Swivel taken out, trying to peek into the smoke by Noble Dev as well. Top and 5 is quick with a trade, though, so now 4v3. T1's defense is looking very good when Guangdong do not have weapons, but the issue with this round is, in fact, that they do have weapons. I sincerely think they don't suspect Gavin to be this far out, though. Managed just to catch one, won't catch the other. 2v2 situation now. Tree is finally going to be broken up, so now these Guangdong players might feel a little bit pinched. Gavin is being very quiet with it. They do not know that this player is located on dice, and he has inserted himself very quietly, but not quiet enough because Aimless is just bang, bang, bang. Now he's going to get that Steel Garden online. Weapons are going to be gone next round.
My ultimate's ready.
So they convert the bonus as well as the round next, so they are looking very good considering the fact that they lost pistol. I like how the only... Oh, the only person's econ we can even see is just Swivels. We might have a main character. We might have a main character here. It's all about Swivel, dude. Spent 3,900 credits. Has a couple pieces of util. No idea what anyone else has. Swivel's the guy, dude. Swivel's the guy. John Radiant. Ooh. Good couple pop shots on the Miles. Sorry, Mikey White. These rounds have just been like rinse and repeat. Trying to take some mid space. Gavin inserts himself into the good position because of the lack of smoke there. And once again, even numbers falling onto the A site for a retake situation. T1 have come out on top previously, but now Guangdong are going to have pretty good weapons at their disposal. Double Phantoms and Jet Knives. And I believe Inia might also have a weapon himself. There go the knives. Only a Spectre to their name. And now Arc is going to be the only one to even evade the Steel Garden. Inia is stuck by himself on the site. Hunter's Fury isn't going to get a single amount of chip damage. He will kill Aimless, though, because of the distraction it made. Good one-way onto the spike. Now, that's going to cause a lot of problems here. This jump spotting might come to bite him. No! Noble Dev kills the kill. Kills the kill. Gets the kill on his fellow Sova, as well as Arc trading out the spike diffuser. Guangdong turned the tides. They're opening up these rounds in such a similar fashion, consistently just poking and prodding through mid-space, seeing if they can just walk up without any care in the world. So far, that's been the case. I don't hate Team 1's defense, and I don't hate their retakes. But there's definitely something you could do to kind of avoid the fight into tree and potentially contest them a little bit into mid. They may be trying to attempt something slightly similar by going up this A main space yet again. They're going to insert Gavin on this deep line with the operator. And yet again, Guangdong have Guangdong have inserted themselves into mid. They're going to be a little more cautious this time, actually droning out the space. Ice wall position noted. Nobody directly close into market. Top line still taking deep lines and info into A. So we'll find the first only 30 seconds into the round. Wall hasn't even been tripped yet. Forgive me. Wall has been tripped. Noble spotted out. Op line has also been spotted out.
Right here.
Good communication for the teammate right there.
Revealing area.
Starved the defending Sova of information. Pressuring Aimless to falling back onto his site. His position is revealed. Flash does come through, so Arc Rose is going to get a lot of value on that. Couple players forming into CT to hopefully get this retake. Good little smoke placement, taking advantage of the angles were created. Now they're going to have to retrieve the spike, and with 20 seconds remaining, Top and 5 does have Nightfall active at the ready. Kirito is also now just purely alone on the site. Alarm about to potentially get some damage onto the entry player, but no. Guangdong took that round perhaps a little too slow, just gave T1 a lot of time to work with. Maybe too much time overall. Just felt so comfortable stalling that retake and just poking and prodding and getting a couple kills, getting out. Very close match here at halftime. Not halftime, excuse me. Halfway through the half. I'm not gonna lie, this is a little bit harder considering I don't have any score. I just have nothing. Now Top and the person who closed out the previous round is going to have to be the one to intercept the start of this one. Has the Odin. I really like this play because I am a disgusting Odin player as well. And he might be getting a little bit too close there. Spam is going to catch yet another victim. And now that's where Nightfall is going to get activated over here. Catching extra people onto the site. Scan, scan, scan. There's absolutely nothing these Guangdong players are going to be able to do because it's just such an efficient hold by T1. Guangdong tried to dictate the pacing of the round and bring it into their hands a little extra, but T1 were just ready for any pace change they even decided to go for. Fast or slow, it doesn't matter. I am seeing the fade value on this map, especially. I mean, Seize is always going to be wonderful. Never really heavily considered how useful the eye would be, especially in that tree area. Very good agent selection decision.
There they are.
Scans 3 B main. Wow. Now T1 are also going to get this deep info. I think a fight's going to go down here. Inia takes advantage of the over-eager player pushing into A main. Gavin finds one of his own, so the trade does come through. Even numbers. The mental heat map of 3 on B. That is outdated information, though. Both the Jets trying to converge on A. Spike dropped and spawned, so Guangdong haven't directly decided exactly where they'd like to go. They do retrieve an Odin. That's going to be huge, especially considering Noble is on the scan initiator. One detected. Ooh, this is a perfect opportunity for Gavin to get on the up line. Oh my goodness, that's textbook, dude. That's textbook. Kill goes down on the B side as well. Now the last 2 remaining Guangdong players are going to have to slam the B side, get the spike down, potentially kill 3. And that's going to be a tall task with this weapon economy. Does pick up a Phantom though, so thankfully won't be quite out of the fight too hard. Site is clear. Oh, what isn't as clear is where T1 might be retaking from. One on lane. Ooh, good little peek from Aimless and Salted. Gavin finds one of his own too with the knives. T1 looking very clean on these retakes. T1 have the pacing of this map down right now. Pretty sure they've won the last 3 in a row. Yes, they have. So I would even consider Guangdong calling a timeout here. There's 4 rounds remaining. You're only down 2. I mean, you might as well call something and rally together to potentially see if you can make this a 7-5. You know, on paper, that's just going to be your best situation, but depends how bad you really want to burn a timeout at this point. If not this round, definitely the next. And like I said, I can't quite see the economy because of the situation that Spectre has put me in, unfortunately. But it is what it is. Slow turning around from Guangdong. One 1-3-1 setup. Once again, they're really good at taking this mid space. T1 aren't exactly trying to contest too far in. You see Gavin take a pop shot and now tries to reposition away. Falls into the second position on this op line. Odin also trying to get a little bit of value on A while tripped. Joining out this operator is going to be a tall task. He still, I was going to say, still manages to get one, surely. But no, it's going to be Toppin with the first pick of the round. The Odin in the closed quarters area of tree is just absolutely devastating. 2v2 now. Reloading is going to exactly reveal his position here. Oh, what's this? It was a 2v1. Sorry, I might have missed a kill. Ark's just going to do his best to bait out some of these positions. With 20 seconds remaining, I'm sure you just want to stick something. Wow, that was very lucky for Ark, honestly. Steel Goddard used here as well. They do not want Ark to have a chance of closing out this round whatsoever. Shorty won't connect to the rest of the damage, but Aimless will. 4 rounds in a row. T1 have taken. They're looking pretty good. They're looking pretty good. So I would call a timeout if I was on Guangdong here, just to at least discuss a couple things. Might be feeling like we're a little lost, but it's still definitely doable. I mean, a 6-6 tied half is within grasp. We just need to be able to discuss a couple things going wrong here and there. I don't think their game plan is necessarily the issue. I think it may be just like taking fights together. You know, because we're just dead on A main because we're going up by ourselves. It is a double initiator comp. They are going to have a lot of information. Might be able to play around with that in certain ways. I like this play, though. I like this play. Good little inch out of the smoke. He'll collect the second. Being out of position, the Sheriff won't connect the single shot. Oh, no. Oh, no, Kurita. Oh, no. It's just not looking great. Gavin collects 3 kills with the op, and now it's purely Miles stuck in A main with no bullets to his name because Toppin takes them all into his gun. And I know it's 2 rounds left, but the timeout's still on the table, guys. The timeout's still on the table. It's still available and ready. See, now this is a change. This is different. I like this. Guangdong are deciding that they want to just 5-hit something. You know, swap it up a little bit. What I fear they might not be ready for is the Odin shifting from A to B. You have the attacker killjoy. Lockdown is being implemented. Double Def trying to find some counter spam on it. Oh boy. Wow. Okay, so the lockdown will get the value. Site will be fully cleared out. And T1 will be forced to retake all the way from CT, but the Odin chip damage is just way too strong, man. They're going to see him over there in the corner of A main. No, okay, never mind. First of all, B main, excuse me. I just donated blood. I'm a little delusional right now. Gavin finds yet another. Now it's a 1v2 because the rest of his team went down. He's going to have to poke and prod onto the site with 2 total op shots remaining. Does not have knives ready whatsoever here, so he just got to purely rely on his skill here. Saw one directly below. Gavin, look down, look down, look down, look down. You saw him. Oh my gosh, dude. There's no shot. There's no shot. All right, with the spike ticking away, he's just going to go ahead and place and contain here. Potentially collect a kill. He does seem to have been spotted. Dashes away. Ooh, all right. Does collect the 2 eventually, but pays the price of an operator for it. Guangdong, close out a round. And it just took a 5-hit. Shying away from their mid-default plays and just deciding they just want to slam something, you know? Attacker killjoy is definitely going to be a helpful aspect of that, but now they don't have that anymore. I wonder how they're going to adjust and potentially close out a 5th round. Either way, T1 coming out of this round looking very poised. Very good. I suspect that even on their half, they might even decide to take the pacing that Guangdong have been. Just because I see they're a very disciplined and slow team. Not overextending into any which way. I like that aspect of their gameplay. Gavin once again finds the first kill of the round with a pop shot operator. Now he's going to have knives online. Oh my goodness, the jet diff Inia takes him out. Kirito's going to have to make some of this lurking work potentially. No. No, no, no. The Odin is so devastating too. Guangdong are just completely pinched and now their mid lurker taken down as well. They're going to be collapsed in on from every single angle in the game. They also need to go ahead and retrieve the spike from A. Lilac's going to find Inia, so now it is just Miles in a 1v3. Has a chance to potentially run down the Sova. He doesn't exactly know what side is coming from. He gambled incorrectly. It was the right. Alrighty, now swapping sides here. Swapping sides. Guangdong taking the first 2 on pistol, but T1 able to close out 8 out of the next 10. 4-round deficit is absolutely doable. Especially considering the fact you have 2 timeouts to potentially discuss what you can adjust and change. Teams, please use timeouts. Thank you for coming to my TED Talk. It's been appreciated. Before starting towards tiles, it's going to look like a B split, and he is going to find a kill on the entry duelist. So now they don't have anything really to break these sight lines. I mean, they have arc rows, but that's not going to be enough of a flash. Noble's just raid bossing over there in B main, takes out the split part of the B split. But now the sights, now the map's kind of flipped. Attackers starting on the top, defenders on the bottom. They have a little bit of a setup, but Toppin's extremely low here. I'm not sure he's going to be able to do much. It's up to Lilac. They gave him a share? Or no, they didn't give him a sheriff. He picked up a sheriff. Of course. Oh, Toppin actually does manage to get a kill. But his position was known. He knew he was traded out. Lilac's looking very good here. He does have a sheriff at the ready. TP straight into Lilac. Okay. All goody. All goody. Yet another pistol for Guangdong Tigers. The Guangdong Tigers. Ni hao, ni hao. I love Shaquille. Yeah, we don't care about anyone else's econ. We only want Swivel. Yeah, you spend that 800 credits. Yeah, you get that one single alt point for the Hunter's Fury. Yeah, yeah! Woo! Woo! B26 Radiant. This guy's smurfing. And he finds the first with the Bulldog on the top, and who maybe got a little over eager. No, he actually died in B main. Take a look at the positioning of Gavin, though. He's way deep over in the CT area. Might have even tried to consider going up into the smoke. Probably was going to be the better decision there. Now all 4 players for Guangdong are going to be retaking from CT, actually. Okay. They know for a fact this alarm bot has not been triggered, but there could still potentially be one market. Oh my goodness, Swivel! Peeking out with the numbers deficit as well as the econ deficit. Now they're just going to have to play some stall here. All 3 players retaking from lane. Flash will hopefully shy a couple away. Not the weapon you want to have at long range. Frenzy's not going to do a whole lot there. Oh my goodness, the kills. Oh my goodness, T1 convert the eco. Dude. Dude. Yeah, this Swivels guy's kind of good. He should, like, play comp or something. He might get Radiant. This guy's kind of nasty. Weird. So now with that round flip, they're going to go ahead and have a pretty decent buy coming into this. I know it doesn't look like it. Looks like they were holding question marks, but trust me. Trust me, I know from experience. Omen Paranoia to stall out the sight hit. Gavin finds his first. Like also tries to TP in. They have the attack Odin. And with the double scan, this is going to be very efficiently used. Might even consider doing a double Odin on my teams. Doesn't sound like a terrible idea. Noble and Inia hoping to rally something together to at least get a couple of kills. Oh, is that the spam spot? Is that the spam spot? It looks like it might be. Inia's very low here. Yep, gone. Gavin with 3 on the round, opens it up and closes it out, honestly. Going pretty good right now. Noble is just hearing all the bullets hiss by. Door is closed. He's not even gonna have enough. He's not even going to have enough bullets to even get this this tree open. Does have a gun though. Potentially gonna kill Swivel. Nope, not gonna happen. All right. T1 looking really good right now. Converting the anti-eco and the round after. They're gonna have I believe 4 players lived. Yeah, they're gonna have a lot of guns to finish off this round right now as well. Guangdong should have a bye here, even though they lost second round. Yeah, I don't exactly recall them having very strong weapons in round 15, so hopefully 16 is going to be closer of an econ battle. Guangdong are going to need to catch a couple of these rounds to actually get in on this round. Lots of action over on the A main area. Noble's trying to find some value with this Haunter's Fury. He'll actually manage to get 2. Arc gets one of his own. Now T1 2v... Oh, sorry, I was going to say 2v4. No, it's looking like a 1v4 now. The only player whose alt economy, weapons, and health we can even see on the overlay with the spike as our last remaining player for T1. He's just gonna have to maybe find something. Guangdong are playing this very, very disciplined. I like this.
Scanning ahead.
Cheeky little high-low setup. And the wrap through main, too. And the wrap. I'm not even gonna lie. I didn't notice. I was so infatuated with the setup that they had on site, not even bothering to even potentially hint at walking into Swivel. They're waiting for the wrap and everything. They're waiting for the wrap and everything. They're like, this guy's Radiant, guys. Play normal. Play normal Valorant. Does this pixel angle work? If this works, I'm stealing it and using it. Oh, he's just gonna swing off the turret. That's good, that's good, that's good. Some stuff going down over in mid. Taking the control, smoking off cat. Hinting at the fact that they potentially want to go up into mid. Oh, excuse me, sorry. I had some cream soda before this. Pretty yummy. Shout out, Grandpa. Ooh, Aimless tried to capitalize off of them peeking into B main, but no, Kirito's actually going to manage to get 2. Gavin trades out his fallen teammates, but the numbers deficit is still in favor of Guangdong. And he is in a cheeky little spot, too. They're going to have to come back for Spike. Oh, he was spotted out, so now he's in a bit of a pickle. He's got to clear quite literally everything right now. Will find Toppin, so that's 2 so far for Inia. No, that was 1. Sorry, I was thinking of our other jet. Oh, my... What? Hello? Check his PC, dude. Oh my gosh. Check his PC. That's just a straight round win walking up B main. Both players who walked up B main that round found 2. And then it was just Jover. And then it was just Jover. That's some crazy work right there. That is some crazy work. Same kind of play off the KJ turret. I'm excited to see how this one actually ends up working out. They swapped the fade over to B site. They want to change the flow up a little bit. They have like nothing in their hands to win this round off of.
Here.
I think they might have raid boss Swivel. He's got full shield, 1 off ult. Couple things going down in mid right now as well. I noticed Noble Dev trying to take some space over there, but smartly backed himself away, not trying to take too many fights, especially into the eco. That would be nightmare scenario. Trying to take some mid pressure and then 3 sheriffs just gnawing at your toes. Might end up happening here though, because look at how many players are surrounding him right now. Oh my goodness, they're so hyper aware of this. They are so hyper aware of this. Oh, he's done for. He's cooked. No shot, dude. No shot. He gets 1 off of that. That's a good spot to retreat to. I think I want to take that if I'm ever stuck there in that situation. Can they even see from the cat angle? Maybe not. And he hears some pressure. He's going to have to be the one to intercept some of this action.
Here.
They do hear it's a Vandal, so they might be a little afraid of hitting into it. Will not stick to TP, smartly so. It's not the thing you'd want to do. As time dwindles away, Swivel's just going to have to continuously keep quiet. No! Miles is very heads up with the play and the potential fact that the spike might be inching up. Nobody exactly exec B, so he's just going to have to go ahead and clear, and that's going to be the round win for Guangdong. T1 took this one too slow for their own good. Kirito closes out the last 2 remaining players coming from B main. This round is going in their favor. This half is going in their favor, excuse me. Gavin's looking really good on the scoreboard right now. 20, 11, and 2. So far spearheading the game, but unfortunately couldn't spearhead the last 3 rounds. So now Guangdong are closing the deficit from 5-10 to 8-10 now. As we enter round 19, Guangdong, once again, remaining steady. T1 have decided to change the pace up a little bit. They've decided to actually inch closer and closer up into their deaths over in mid because Inya's ready for that kill. And once again, the spike is just all by its lonesome, dude. Swivel's by himself in B main. He's getting walked upon and he has no clue. He has his knife out. Now Toppin's gotta see about killing 3 people. He walks into it. He gets 1. He gets 1. But that's not going to be enough whatsoever. Lilac also... there's no world where Lilac even gets ult here. So he's going to have to take these 50 seconds. Potentially even save this round. I like the pacing that T1 decided to swap up and take. But they need to continue the pacing a little bit. Because T1 are just continuously... stopping these slow walk rounds from even developing into something crazy because they're just shooting. They're just straight shooting. Their holds are nice and precise. Every single area that T1 decide to not clear with util, Guangdong are punishing them for it. And everything's just going their way overall right now. That's because T1, I think, need to continue the fast-paced action that they were kind of hinting at and moving towards. I think the play into mid was a good decision to make, but I think you need to continuously stomp into it. Even looking at their comp, they have double initiator and a jet. Surely, we set up our jet, dash in, we have double scan. You can cover so much ground with that. You have double scan. You have a Vice Splash for the follow-up on the trade, or not the trade, the entry, and you have an Omen Paranoia. On paper, this is a really aggressive, really fast, really good team, but they're just not really pacing themselves as such. And Guangdong have been able to take advantage of that fact and find the previous 4 rounds in a row. And on paper, it's going to be the 5th as well, because they don't have the greatest buy in the entire world right now.
Right here.
T1 have discovered from last round that they can, in fact, take mid a bit faster than they were previously. So that's the decision that they tried to make. Gavin's gonna be a little bit shy of this area again, especially considering the fact that they shifted alarm bot a little bit farther in. So they will know as soon as somebody has a sightline into market. Prowling into tree here. Full blind. Arc has the Odin. Oh my goodness. This is gross, man. This is gross. Top will sneak by it. And finally, over a minute into the round, Miles is going to find the first pick. T1 now. Falling onto the A site. Toppin takes a pop shot into Inia, so that's looking really good now. Numbers in favor, weapons not so much, but the Nightfall, not the Nightfall, the lockdown is going to forcibly drive them out. They have absolutely nothing. They have absolutely nothing to stop this other than this Huntress Fury. It will end up coming into play, but the Steel Garden as well. So many players are off the site right now. Gavin tries to find a couple. T1 out of the brawl and out of the alt duel have come out on top of numbers. I'm not sure you'd actually want to be in that in the open like this. Oh my goodness, despite being scanned, stands his ground. Manages to get one, but Swivel finally breaking the streak, and now 11-9. The round start pace change was very well needed. Taking up all that mid space, you know, forcing them to be extra hyper cautious of where they were standing, Guangdong, and then shifting over into the tree area because they were able to take that mid space so efficiently. They come out with a thrifty round. They had like nothing going into that, and now I'm certain they're going to have a lot coming into this. Guangdong's econ, though, I'm sure is also still very strong for those 4 rounds in a row that they were able to close out. Now shifting some of that attention from mid over into A main. Take a look at where Noble's trying to inch his way through, though. He does get all the way into tiles, dude! Traded out by Toppin. But still, that is crazy that he just walks up on the Sentinel of all people. That's the disadvantage of running a Vice on this map, is you don't have the KJ turret to watch that, like, tiles line. Swivel finds one on the cat. On 30 HP, might end up getting traded out if Kirito does decide to peek, and he will. 3v3 now. Still a very slow churning round. Toppin's gonna potentially find Kirito. Finds the discount shoulder peek. Now he's gonna put a lot of pressure over onto B. He's gonna call his teammates over as well. I don't hate this. He finds the pick. Okay, so now the B side is theirs. Guaranteed. Toppin's just gonna have to do his best to stall out here. Fade Dog won't quite see. I like the Nightfall play. This is good. This is really good. Knows for a fact that one is coming from this area. Does not exactly have the position of Omen. Phoenix CT, guys. Phoenix CT. Oh, I'm low. I'm falling back. We're going to play together on site. This is a good situation for them to be in. They are going to dedicate the not dead yet to potentially get a pick or two. Won't connect anything, actually. Unfortunate for them. Arc's going to try and trade up with a Paranoia. Chip damage is there. Oh my goodness. Catches Toppin on the little HP he has. He's also going to try and spam out Lilac. Both of these players are solo to the Odin. Odin finally does go down onto the lane, and Gavin closes out the round on Miles. Match point for T1. Slipping there for a couple rounds, but then trading a couple picks back into their favor, walking themselves back into the round. Bang, bang, bang. B-site's theirs. So now 9-12. If I'm Guangdong, I had some magic happening. I had some magic 4 rounds in a row. That little stretch between 16 and 19. Calling a timeout to discuss how we could adjust. This is the last round you are guaranteed to play. Therefore, the last round you are guaranteed to be able to change the outcome and hopefully get some OT going. Hope that will get scanned. His teammate will not break the trip. What are we doing? Ooh, Gavin is in a precarious position, though. He's trying to fight it between three. Noble's going to find one. None of the Guangdong players are mispositioned. T1 are just completely unable to trade that because of their positioning. Swivel walks up, though. This is just disgusting what Swivel's getting away with right now. Catches two. Now 4v3 in favor of T1. With a lot of util to play with right now as well. Arc has had no impact on this round so far, and I fear he's going to have a very late impact coming into this one as well, unless he can manage to TP boat. Because it looks like the entirety of the remaining T1 players just going to bide their time a little bit. You know, they've seen KJ play on this site beforehand. There's a certain amount of limited space that Kirito can reasonably play to keep this alarm bot online. He realistically is holding like an entire quarter of the map. He hears a couple, also spotted out, so now he's in for a fun little hold. Seized out. Not quite positioned out, however. Oh my goodness, will manage to get one before falling, and now it is just going to be up to the two players on the other sides. Noble Dev thankfully will have absolutely no flank util to overcome, but Arc might be a little bit of a different story because he is spotted out, and now this is even closer, around 30 HP with an Odin, this funny spam gun. You are quite literally one bullet away from losing this map, and there it is. Aimless closes it out. T1 13-9 with absolutely no econ in sight because this game absolutely loves me. I'm also gonna go ahead and update this little panel for you guys. Bam, update scores. Bang, there we go. Next map we are going to play is going to be Haven. We'll go ahead and take a look at how they did just now. Gavin topping the charts with 25 kills. This is absolutely crazy work. All right. We will see you guys in 5 minutes.
Here, and in this video I'll share with you how to climb out of each rank in Valorant, starting from Iron all the way to hitting Radiant. Now, why should you listen to me? I used to mindlessly grind for thousands of hours on competitive games like CSGO, League, and Overwatch, but I was always stuck around Silver and Gold, so I wasn't some cracked face at level 10 pub stomper that transitioned over to Valorant. To avoid being hard stuck again, I reworked my entire approach to learning games, and through trial and error, I managed to hit Radiant multiple times since episode 1. I've also shared my learning lessons to help hundreds of players hit Immortal and Radiant inside my 8-week coaching program. So I know these tips will also help you. If you want personalized feedback from me and my team of Radiant coaches with BCT experience to rank up 500 RR in 8 weeks guaranteed or your money back, use the link below to book a free call with me or one of my coaches to see if you'd be a good fit. Let's begin with the Iron to Bronze players. When you're at this rank, it honestly just takes time and practice to learn the basic mechanics of the game. And these tips assume that you don't have a 30 FPS setup that's holding you back. Basics such as getting used to stopping before you shoot, making sure you're not walk peeking around angles, learning to pre-aim angles before you peek, which requires a bit of map knowledge, learning basic spray patterns of the most commonly used guns in game, getting used to micro adjustments and trigger discipline, so not shooting before your crosshair is fully on the target, and slowly developing good crosshair placement at head level. It sounds so basic, but that's really all you need to get out of Bronze and hit Silver. To work on these basics, I made a whole 46-minute video that will teach you how to learn every mechanic in Valorant, which you should definitely watch. But if I were to pick the top 3 drills to focus on, it would be the micro adjustment drill, the spray control drill, and the tracking drill. The micro adjustment drill will help you with your first bullet accuracy and micro flicks. The spray control drill will help you land more of your shots, even if you can't hit as many headshots just yet. And the tracking drill will help your crosshair placement because it will help you focus on keeping the crosshair at head level while moving at all times. Notice how I didn't tell you to use aim trainers. At this level, most of the work involves learning basic gun and movement mechanics of the game. Now, once you're out of Bronze, you've officially made it to the ranks that the majority of players in Valorant are. Silver is a rank that I initially placed at, and I managed to quickly climb out of it by mainly focusing on improving my mechanics. However, picking up the basic patterns of the game will help you get out of Silver and Gold even faster. Players at this rank are generally familiar with the map layouts and basic callouts. They know the basics of what different agent abilities do, they kind of understand econ management, and they know the basic shooting and movement mechanics now. However, having knowledge about something doesn't mean you're actually able to apply that knowledge. Knowledge and application are two completely different things, and this is where Silver to Gold players struggle. The reason why application is so difficult is because, to be honest, you're still learning the 4 basic patterns that exist in the game. Mechanical patterns require you to understand concepts such as angle advantages, enemy peeking patterns, peeker's advantage, and so on to help you decide how you want to approach every gunfight. For example, even if you have the best aim in the world, if you're holding an angle that you have an angle disadvantage in, the enemy will kill you before you can even see them on your screen. So you wouldn't want to take a gunfight in that angle standing stationary. So to improve this aspect of the game, you need to learn the different types of peaks that exist in the game and how to apply them, as well as the concept of angle advantage and how to use it to your advantage to take favorable gunfights. All the details of that can also be found in my longer mechanics guide. The second pattern that exists in the game is economy patterns. It requires you to understand what good econ and ult point management looks like to help you decide when to buy or save, and how you might want to play the round depending on the weapons and ultimates that you and the enemy team have available. For example, even if you have the best aim in the world, if you peek into an angle where an enemy is holding you with a bucky, you're gonna get one pumped and die. Or if you see that an enemy KO has his ultimate available on Breeze, there's a good chance he'll use it over on the B site where the Viper or Cypher is playing. Keeping track of ultimates, guns, and paying attention to the economy will be a crucial point to focus on more at this level. The third pattern you gotta understand is positioning patterns. They require you to understand concepts such as angle isolation, optimal spacing for trades, ally and enemy rotation options and timings, basic attacking and defending side defaults, playing off of contact, map control, and so on to help you decide how to position yourself around the map. For example, no matter how good your aim or reaction time is, if you're caught out in the open and you get peeked from two different angles at the same time, there's a very high chance that you won't survive. Or let's say if your team has poor spacing while entering a site, there's a very good chance that your team will get picked off one by one without being able to trade each other at all. Lastly, utility patterns require you to understand concepts such as ally and enemy util timings, combos, counters, and so on to help you decide how to maximize the value you get from your and your teammates' utility. For example, even if you have the best aim in the world, if you get unexpectedly flashed, there's a very low chance that you're gonna win the fight. But if you can anticipate where and when the enemy likes to flash, you can come up with counterplays. As you continue to learn the basics of the game and you've gotten out of gold and managed to hit plat, it's a continuous process of refining the basic fundamentals in the game to hit diamond. However, I hit a wall when I reached diamond 1. And keep in mind, this was before Ascendant was a rank. I kept fluctuating between Plat 3 and Diamond 1, and that's when I started to think more critically about how I was playing the game. Around Plat and Diamond is when you start to see three different types of players. Players who are overly reliant on their aim and have practically zero game sense. Players who are overly reliant on their utility and agent mastery, aka lineup players who don't understand the principle behind what actually makes a good lineup. And lastly, players who are a weird mix of both that fall in the in-between where they're well-rounded but not really exceptional in anything either. I fell into the first category of players. I remember I was an all-aim, no-brain Reyna in Plat who ego-peeked every angle, but the moment I understood the reason why one-for-one trades favor the attackers, I stopped my old habits and started to play a lot more around my teammates' positioning and utility. Ask yourself all the time, is this a high-risk, high-reward fight that's worth it for me to take? Or is this a high-risk, low-reward play that's going to put my team in a difficult spot? If you fall into the second category of players, you have to break the habit of over-relying on utility to get kills.
What's good, y'all? Welcome back. T1 took map 1 13-9. We're looking really, really good on their first half side. Guangdong made a little bit of a comeback with a 4-round stretch there, but unfortunately could not end up closing out the map. T1 made adjustments and they made them well. So now we enter Haven. Map point. T1 take this one. I'm pretty sure they are number 1 seed, I believe. Because they are 4-2 right now. Guangdong are 5-1. So if T1 win this one, they will end up with the same record. But Guangdong are currently... I'm not sure what the map diff is, actually, because the stats aren't updated on my end, so I can't quite see what the map diff is. Updated to week 5, T1 are up 4 maps, Guangdong are up 7 maps. So depending on how Guangdong's last series went, even though they won, if T1 won those 2, they would be up 6. If Guangdong only won 1, they would be up 8. And if T1 can actually manage to go ahead and potentially grab this one, I think it might be close. On paper, Guangdong are looking the best currently. I'm not sure what the record for 6 or 7 Dubai Chocolate Labubus is updated to this week. They are 5-1. Guangdong are also 5-1. I just have a lot of stats missing, right? So I just do not actually know. I just do not actually know what is going on. Either way, looking at a close little series, making sure my thing is working yet again. Do a lot of stuff here, man. I do way too much here. Bang, enter that code, bang. I miss when stuff is just done for me. You know, like, I much prefer when everything's just kind of done for me and I don't have to be on the production side and also yap. I'm also very low on blood today. I gave a double dose. I gave Power Red, the Red Cross. I didn't receive any back because of an issue with the machine, I think it was, and I was also feeling some like pressure on the needle, and I was like, ooh, yeah, no, I'm done. I'm actually done. So I'm a little low on the energy, but it's for a good cause. My O positive blood is going somewhere. Never even thought about donating blood until it came to my college campus this past February, and they're like, "You gonna get blood? We'll give you $25 and some candy." I was like, maybe, maybe. And then here I am, 112 days or 116 days later, or whatever the number is, to donate again. Bang, bang, bam, boom. Pretty cool experience. I didn't eat the first time I did it, so I got dizzy and lightheaded, which is just not the ideal situation you'd want to be in for the life leaving your body. Like, it was bad. I actually had something today this time, so we were good. Still like a little bit of coldness, but no real like lightheadedness. It was chill. Type something in chat. All right, sorry. I'm doing everything right now. I'm the tech side of this on the Spectre stuff, and then I'm also just like yapping to you guys. This is my little show. This is my show, man. This is my show. We'll have an actual official cooler stuff when the playoffs are going, and hopefully Spectre doesn't keep acting up on me. It's ridiculous what it does. Main goal is to blow up and act like I don't know nobody. Aimless in the chat, bro. Aimless. This guy. Yeah, hopefully this time there's a little change we can do, and Swivel will not be the sole person we can see Yuto for and such, because I know we love this guy, but like, I want info on everyone else's stuff as well, man. Alrighty, yippee, we're in game. Sides are gonna be, I'm pretty sure, the exact same here. With your, no, they're going to be flipped for some reason because this game genuinely hates me. does it do this, man? Why does it do this? None of them swapped sides. And yet, the game, for no reason, decided, yeah, Guangdong are on the right now. We hate you. It's like, what, bro? What are you doing to me? Thankfully, I have a funny little button that just lets me swap the teams. Once again, Guangdong on your right, T1 on your left. Already insta-locking it. They're going for the Cypher, not the KJ on Haven. I like it. I like it. Double duel. Of course, the not one-trick Phoenix named account is playing Phoenix. And we're seeing more of a closer comp from both sides here. It's looking exactly mirror, except for maybe the Sentinel here. Aimless might go for the KJ. Some pretty standard Haven, I think, is what we're about to see. Yep. Looking like it. All right. Yeah, we're going to try something. We are going to try something here. And hopefully it'll end up working out for us. If not, I am going to cry myself to sleep tonight. It's going to be okay. I'm kidding. I'm kidding, of course. I am joking. Once we load in, frame one pause. Only Ace can pause. Ace pause. Ace pause. Pause. Ace pause. Ace pause it. Pause it. Pause it. Bruh. What? No, it's on. Why can't we pause? I'll just do that then. It's fine. That's whack. That's full whack, bro. That's so whack. That's so dumb. That's so dumb. Whatever. We'll do this behind the scenes, man.
Valorant, starting from Iron all the way to hitting Radiant. Now, why should you listen to me? I used to mindlessly... Do you want your aim to look like this?
Oh, shit.
But no matter how much you play Deathmatch or Aim Train, do your shots end up looking like this? My name is Kompeki, and in this video, I'll break down 4 reasons why your shots might be looking like that, along with the exact steps that I've personally taught to thousands of my students to help them reach Immortal and Radiant. I haven't seen other coaches explain some of these topics in detail, so make sure to watch till the end. And if you need help implementing any of these tips, my team of coaches and I can give you feedback inside our 8-week Immortal Roadmap coaching program. We're so confident in our coaching that if you don't gain 500 RR in 8 weeks, we'll give you a full refund. The first call with us is completely free, so use the link in the description to book your free call. The first reason your aim sucks is because you don't have quote-unquote calm aim. There are a ton of montages and guides that talk about calm aim, but what does it actually mean? It means 2 things. 1, you're completely stopping before shooting. And 2, you're shooting your first bullet only when your crosshair lines up with your target. If you master this technique, you'll land your shots far more consistently and you can hit clips like Shroud. Most players don't know you have way more time than you think to actually shoot someone. If you guys both pop up on the screen at the same time to each other, you guys are both going to be surprised, and the calmer player is going to win the gunfight. The reason for this is that if you start shooting too early before your crosshair is even on the target, you're going to lose your first bullet accuracy. Even if you're not perfectly aimed for a headshot, it's far better to get your first bullet to hit the body instead of whiffing because you shot too early. The body shot will tag the enemy and slow down their movement, which makes it infinitely easier to land the rest of your spray onto the target. But if you whiff your first few bullets, good luck trying to hit the rest of your RNG spray on a full speed moving target. To help you with this, incorporate this micro adjustment drill into your warm-up. Stand at this line where the tiles don't line up with the classic, and pick 2 targets at a time that you're going to flick first, micro adjust, and shoot back and forth. Don't shoot before you've micro adjusted your crosshair onto your target. To do this drill effectively, many coaches don't mention this, but the key to smoothing out your flicks and micro adjustments is tension control. When you flick your mouse, you also have to decelerate the mouse to make it stop. And if you have too much tension in your hands and use too much force when you flick, you're gonna need to use just as much tension and force to stop your mouse before you can even micro adjust. And as a result, it makes your micro adjustments feel really stiff and inconsistent. So when you're practicing this drill, imagine that you're holding an eggshell in your hand so that you don't death grip your mouse. This drill focuses on the technical side of calm aim, but you also need to be calm psychologically so that you don't panic spray. I've had students tell me they panic spray because they feel like they're getting one-tapped too quickly before they can even line up their shots, and it's probably because of the next reason that I'm about to share with you. Number 2, you peel the angle instead of pre-aiming. This is something that I've seen even peak Immortal players struggle with. Even though Karyu is a peak 2 Immortal player who hit Immortal using only a tablet, he was still rounding his crosshair around corners when peeking common angles. Peeling the angle is acceptable when taking space quickly, but it's the riskiest way to peek around angles in Valorant. Peeling the angle puts you in a position where you have to flick to a target that pops out because you either over-peek the enemy standing still or the enemy was also peeking out. This makes you very prone to panic spraying. However, you will die far less and convert way more kills if you learn to pre-aim most common angles and even off angles. That way, you're ready to instantly shoot if you see an enemy, and you're not completely exposed in the open if you do with your shots. Let me show you how to work on this. First, practice dead zoning in the range with this drill. Stand at this part of the range and shoot just one bullet at a time as you strafe back and forth without stopping your movement. The timing of the shot is slightly after you start pressing the opposite direction key. Level 1 starts here, and the distance of your strafes will shrink in half until level 4. For levels 1 through 3, we're not moving our mouse at all, but for level 4, we will track a single point to shoot as we dead zone. Having the movement error graph on for this drill is important because you don't want to move on to the next level until 95% of your shots show orange bars. Once you've mastered this technique, there are 2 more drills to do. Stand behind this pole to work on our pre-aiming our crosshair for jiggle pre-fire shots. The goal of this drill is for you to get accustomed to knowing how much you need to have your crosshair pre-aimed for the jiggle pre-fire shot. And to consistently shoot jiggle pre-fire shots, you need to know how to dead zone, which is why we learned it with the previous drill. Once you've got the jiggle pre-firing mechanic down, you can do this drill where you put up a sage wall to slice the pie with jiggle pre-fire shots. Once you've mastered these last 2 techniques, you can put it all together inside the game by going into custom games to practice slicing the pie for all the common angles and off angles for every map with dead zoning. Reaching mastery in this skill will make it far easier to clear angles without overexposing yourself, and it'll help you avoid a lot of scenarios where unexpected enemies pop out on your screen. However, there is no way to completely avoid that from happening in the game, and this next tip will help you with that. The third reason why your aim sucks is because you don't know when you should focus on your crosshair versus the target. Many people have asked me whether or not it's better to focus on your crosshair or the target when you're in a gunfight, and I'm here to tell you that each has separate use cases. When you focus on your crosshair, you're prioritizing precision and accuracy. You see the target being covered up by your crosshair, so you can see for sure when your shots will hit. On the other hand, when you focus on the target, you are prioritizing reactivity. When you see a target pop out, you can tell how far the target is away relative to your crosshair, so you can react to how far that distance is and flick to your target. So how does this translate to Valorant? Anything that requires precise crosshair placement will require you to focus much more on your crosshair than the target. If you're holding an angle or waiting for an enemy to peek you, doesn't matter if you're holding a common angle, off angle, or even holding an angle with an op. You want to focus on your crosshair instead of the target because you just have to click when the crosshair covers up your target. If you're also clearing common angles and off angles by pre-aim jiggle peeking them, like the previous tip that I shared, you want to focus on your crosshair so that the moment your crosshair covers up a target, you can instantly react to shoot. However, anytime you're in a position where you have to react to enemies possibly popping out from multiple angles and positions, it's better to focus on your target. For example, if you're peeling the angle because you're...
And here we are with Spectra up and working. Yippee! I love this game. I love Spectra. It's so cool. We are now live with 22 seconds left in the round. Let's go, dude. I'm actually happy it's working. Oh my goodness. Oh, it's been so long. It's been so long, dude. It's been so long. And now we can see everybody's by, including Swivel. Thank goodness. Thank goodness our savior Swivel is here. Alright. Finally, we have a dang minimap and actual buys and stuff, and Ia doesn't have health, neither does Aimless. But it's okay. But it's okay. A little bit of action going on the C site. T1 kind of stacking up over there in C. Ooh, first kill finally comes the way. Now with those 3 C stackers rotating into the site, they are going to have to retake into 4. Once again, it's kind of these like slow walking rounds that we're seeing from both teams on attack, really. Just seeing whoever gets the pick first and then finally deciding to hit. Top and 5, maybe a bit of a premature little hit over there. They won't even spot Kirito. Oh my goodness, I was scared for Kirito right there, dude. Oh my goodness, that was kind of terrifying. That was kind of terrifying. Oh my gosh, dude. There we go. I swapped it for you guys. I swapped it for you guys. The points at the little top under the scoreboard were incorrect. Because for some reason, Valorant doesn't like me. They don't like me at all. In fact, they hate me. They just straight hate me. But it's okay. It's okay. Fast fight's over into mid. Salted finds the first. Kirito trades it out. Clown on clown violence on that same little premier team. Brawls are coming through. 2v2. Just as soon as the round opened up, it is now dwindling to a close. Ark is on very little HP. He's got to come recover the spike. Scoreboard's wrong. It's actually a 1v2. Ark stuck all by his lonesome on such little HP. And then it finally updates that Miles is gone. Like, what the heck is going on with this overlay, man? Yep, Miles doesn't have a gun anymore. He's not in the game, actually. He left. He died. Ark's econ never updates. Zenith econ never updates. Yep, this is great. This is great. I'm having a good time. I love technology, dude. I love technology. I love paying him $5 a month for this. Yep. Yep. Well, they convert around. So they're looking pretty good here. Convert the eco. Nah, my dart's better, Swivel. Fast action to mid yet again. I'm getting deja vu here, actually. Just bar for bar, the same round. With the same team at the Victor. Gavin finding 4. Yet again showing us that value that he got on Ascent. Dropping 25. Now might be looking to drop a couple more of his own. 5 and 2. Going pretty nutty with it. Pretty nutty. But now a similar half. We're going to see... It's the last one on Ascent. One team wins one round, loses the second and third. They usually close out the fourth, so we'll see if that's going to be the case for us this time today. Looking like they do want to go for an A hit here. Cover going out. Drone trying to potentially find a couple of people potentially getting on site. That's a lot of words that I just said. That's a lot of words that are the exact same, my goodness. Guangdong are just getting in and getting back out, you know, poking and prodding, not really over-dedicating themselves to the space too heavily. Looking fine. Darting the immediate floor. See, the problem with their fake is that they just do not really have a wonderful overall space holder. They have a choke space holder in Cypher, but realistically, they're going to have to fight for a little more map space if this is the plan that they're going to want to go for. Finally deciding that they do, in fact, want to come back onto the A side. They are going to be in the hands of Xanath and Gavin. Both the duelists here doing a lot of damage, getting a lot of kills. Ark trades one out, but unfortunately is traded out by himself. So T1 with 3 rounds in a row after losing the pistol. Once again, looking very good, picking up exactly where they left off on Ascent. Not really missing a beat, honestly. I suppose if they missed any beat, it was the one on pistol. And just taking it right back. Run it back. Already active. Already active. They're looking pretty good here. Guangdong yet again are coming into this round with a pretty terrible buy. First kill finally comes. It's T1. onto the Phoenix, so their only flashes are taken out of the round very early. Gone too soon. And I think I just did something really bad on my desk just now because I heard plastic break. Uh-oh. Ooh, this is a bad situation for Civil to be in. Okay. Thank goodness he is shifty with it, and despite being spotted out, he does end up moving. Not sure how Enya wasn't spotted there. I was certain that Enya showed a shoulder or something. So now Guangdong are going to have to go ahead and stall out the strong forces of T1. They've been really good so far, but now Guangdong are finally looking like they might be able to close out a round. Drone is going to spot one out in heaven as well. Won't get the scan, so no, like, wall bangs will come through. Paranoia. Finally deciding to converge on the site, but it's just too late. Kirito and Enya are just crazy with it. Thrifty round for Guangdong. Good showing, good showing. Guangdong kind of trying to fight back a little bit after losing those couple rounds in a row. Hopefully getting their econ to spiral up as well. It's not looking too bad right now, but I fear if they lose a couple rounds in a row, which they might due to the fact that Xanath has an operator online right now. I know it's not exactly visible on the score bug, but there it is. Oh my goodness, Arc from the shadows up into A heaven. Catches 2, opening up the entire round for Guangdong. Toppin trying to take some decisive action by retaking from CT, and it's just deja vu. 3 players from Guangdong trying to retake in a 3v4 now. I was going to say 3v5. Toppin finds one. Scanned out. No paranoia this time, and no real util to their name. Gavin does have a lot of Phoenix at his disposal. Is going to go ahead and use it. Will be killed before he can even exit the heaven area, though. Toppin finds one. 3v3 now. See Noble on default. Gavin takes yet another victim. Arc with 3 on the round, though. He's going to have to close out this round since he is the one who started it. He finds 4, dude. Good round from Arc. Some great work. Putting himself up on the scoreboard. 8 and 3. Going pretty nutty with it. Going pretty nutty indeed. Man, we started this game so good. Everyone had guns, gun icons. And now the scoreboard's like, yeah, no, I'm good. I'm good, actually. I don't want to show you anything. Oh, aimless. Whoa, 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 whoa. I think we're getting a little hasty over here. You don't need to be this far into C main for no reason. Just keep jump spotting it. We have no info the rest of the map. Just kind of like charges into the Raging Bull there. It's gonna make this retake a little more difficult for T1. Side Anchor was taken down. They do have a Sova ult at their disposal, however. Oh my goodness, trying to shoot the util on top. Trying to shoot the Cypher Cam out. Will get them killed. Crosshair displacement in the perfect moment in time for Guangdong to capitalize off of it. Take a look at this setup, though. It's just so gross. It's just so gross. Silva's just going to try to do some econ damage. Little gap between the smoke. It was good, but unfortunately, Noble Nev shots were just that much better. Kind of shifting the rounds around. T1's 3 in a row, and Guangdong responding with 3 of their own. Again, this even might be a moment where T1 do want to call a timeout. Their econ's not looking that bad. Once again, we see Xanath with the operator online. Onto this A main line. I wouldn't hate if you shifted it over to C and maybe had KJ play more of a garage front B area. It's going to get some value here, though, as long as you can connect a kill. No, the smoke's going to go down, so that's good little heads-up awareness there. Immediate, like, frame one. Hunter's Fury is going to capitalize some kills off of Noble Dev. Was Gavin just strolling up, dude? This guy messes with me in scrims like this, too. He's going to get cleared out. Traded by his fellow Phoenix. But now we're Guangdong. We're looking insanely strong, finding 3 rounds in a row. They're going to look slightly weaker here. A-line still being held very strong. There we go. Miles finds one onto Swivel, 3v3. Both teams are going to have smokes online, so this is looking pretty good. We also got up into Heaven. So Aimless is going to have to be very cautious of where he decides to clear out some space. And there we go. Arc finally gets the kill off of that Heaven space. Not Heaven space. Window space. Good little insert. But now I fear it's going to be too late for T1. They might even decide to just go for the op save here because of their econ. It's not looking great. 650 credits for the max player alive right now, which is Zenith. I wouldn't even hate if you exited this round with your life, with the operator, with your full shield, with your knives, potentially grab the op, give it to your teammate playing somewhere else. And top and 5 is in fact not alive. Don't let the scoreboard fool you. Cheeky little round win for Guangdong. That's 4 in a row for them now. I'm surely hitting the big gray timeout button. Like right now. Like right now. Come on, T1. Don't disappoint me. Don't disappoint me like this. They're gonna disappoint me like this. It's okay. At least you'll call one next round, surely, right? You have the operator online right now. You're gonna have it this round to capitalize off of its value, but I just feel like they can adjust without any of it. And I feel like they're definitely a team capable of doing so. We saw their strengths on Ascent. Nobody's going to quite meet this A-line right now. They are going to get it for free, but the thing that really killed them last round is Gavin just kind of strutting up into space he really doesn't deserve. He's going to be doing it again, even maybe getting a kill on the Sova, who is sort of stuck droning. And like I said, A-side is completely free, but I sincerely doubt that they are going to be anticipating the flank this quick. Cypher Trip Q does come online. There we go. Finally, the first pick of the round. Xan, they're finding someone inserting themselves into a main. Getting a little greedy with space. Toppin finds one for himself as well. And he won't let that go unanswered, however. Finds one of his own as well as a second. Now 3v3. Oh my goodness, the lurks are going crazy. Nia finds 3 on the round and Kirito just walking around. Nia finds 4. This was the slowest round ever. This is such a slow round, and I feel like T1 are going to have to call a timeout here for sure to talk about what's going wrong, because as it stands, I just can't see them winning right now. Guangdong 5 in a row for just abusing the walking glitch. Guys, there's a glitch in the game that they introduced in patch 13.0 where if you hold shift, your character doesn't make noise when you move. And it's really busted, and I think they need to patch it. And Guangdong are bug abusing right now. However, it makes you really slow. And getting info around the map will alleviate some of that lack of information, you know? You know what I'm saying? So I feel like something that T1 needs to adjust to is getting deeper info lines. And making sure that Guangdong can't just walk up like they have been doing. 5v5 retake. This is kind of a rare situation. You know, we typically see 4v4, 3v3. Gavin once again coming all the way from the window space. And it's just a rinse and repeat round, dude. Guangdong find 2, T1 answer with 2. This time it's not going to be quite as rinse and repeat. He is in fact on for the ace if he does choose to do so. No, 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 no. All right, both Phoenix is putting on a show for us. It is now a 1v1 situation. Kirito trying to stop the defuse from short. Won't end up happening because Swivel is there with the action. Finally breaking the round streak. After 5 long, strenuous rounds, T1 play the superior Valorant and end up retaking pretty strongly. I'm still not a huge fan of the lack of information that T1 are kind of inserting themselves into, especially considering Guangdong do enjoy coming into this ace pace so often. But it's like, it's not a deal breaker. They're making it work a little bit. It's definitely not enough, though. It is absolutely not enough, to say the least. So they're finally going to decide to fight a little bit for some space. It's going to be over in mid. The flash will connect on at least 3 people, I believe that was, but the kills won't connect on quite as much. Luckily, Swivel is there, and this round is over as soon as it started because it's just Miles connected across the pond in a 1v3 against a lockdown Anomanal. We'll get the spike. Also has double healing options available. So he very well could end up getting this round with the amount of regeneration at his disposal. Run it back is also ready as well. Ooh, but I fear he's going to be walking into this op line. No shot. Oh my gosh, dude. That's kind of crazy. Oh. All right. There we go. Better round for T1. Fighting into some space, contesting, successfully getting kills off of the start of the round. And now maybe you try and shift that over to A site, maybe even C long or something. I know C long is a bit more difficult to fight, but you got to swap it up or do something. Mid control will work again if you choose to. You also still have the op online. There we go. We are going to shift the op line over to C, swapping it up, not keeping the same consistent setup. Keep the attackers on their toes. Dedicating the updraft. We'll see if he can connect a kill off of this. Drone comes through. Unfortunately, won't connect anything. The util is just far superior for Guangdong's take. There we go. Unfortunately, the op is taken down very soon, but we are going to see a Defender's Hunter's Fury. Oh my gosh, it's a Sova off, dude. It's a Sova off. Noble Dev takes it. Toppin's trying to come into backside to potentially get a couple of kills here. No, Aimless walks into the molly because that's the only thing he can do, and he finds 2 on that round. Very fast round from GDT. There we go. Swapping up the pace and doing it very well. Changing up the grip T1 kind of had on their game plan, and it worked out pretty nicely because then they collect a last round to avoid the tie and have a positive round diff coming into the half. So GDT looking very good here. Kirito leading the scoreboard 12-6. Arc's not far behind with 11-6. Inia 11-7. And I will say Miles was, I believe, 0-5, now 6-9. So making up a bit of those kill diffs. Get back on the scoreboard, getting kills for his team. T1 looking pretty good themselves. 11 for Gavin, 10 for Swivel. The rest of them not doing too hot, but I suspect with a side swap, they will end up looking a whole lot better, especially since their attack half on Haven was looking so amazing. Guarantee you they're going to be doing some good work over here, but we will see. With the start of pistol round, opening up very slow here. Sova line onto A. Ooh, Inia gets taken down because Aimless is surgical with this bandit. Arc does manage to find one. Finally, round is opening up over towards the B site. Kills come through. 3v3. They're going to pivot over into garage where they're not really going to be met by anybody except Kirito. These trips could potentially be up. Max of 1. It's the Sentinel off, containing the late garage space. Nameless is going to be the one to connect that kill. Noble Dev's extremely late to the party. Miles is going to have to potentially just contain or Get a pick, ideally. You do have a flash to work with. One on the way after a next pick. Oh my goodness, it's just aimless all around. He's gonna have 2 flashes after this. No shot! Aimless! Oh my gosh, man. You're disgusting. Dude's just shifting around the map. He's moving like he has X-ray. He knows exactly where the enemies are at. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Good stuff there. Major props. Good heads-up awareness. Good crosshair placement. Surgical movement. And now goes from 3 and 9 to 7 and 9. Good stuff, dude. Good stuff. Splendid. Splendid. And once again, do not let this scoreboard fool you. Miles does not have run it back. He's 2 out of 6. Slow churner from T1. Staying in spawn, seeing the peaks up. Nobody's quite gonna do it. We will find the first. It's Phoenix on Phoenix. Hill comes through as well. So now, with the pick coming into the round, they won't give up any guns. They're also going to have a little bit more map space to work with, because surely that's going to draw over a couple rotates. What's up, Noble? What's up, man? How you doing? Chilling? Ooh, this could be gross. Wait, this could be gross. Hold up, hold up, hold up. Oh my goodness. Inia might have had that space. Noble's finally deciding that he wants to spread his wings out and come onto the site a little bit. But Aimless is just so good at this contain job that nobody's able to collect literally anything. From 3 and 9 to now 10 and 9. That is 7 kills within literally 2 rounds. So I think I found T1's X factor this Haven half. It's just the space contain from the KJ. It's just the space contain. Turret's gonna spot people out. Alarm bot's gonna be on the other side of the map. And then you have a turret with a player behind it and able to move around. And his name is Snail Darter. Oh, don't do it to him. Too late. Oh my gosh, the counter spam, dude. Ew. Ew. One of the many pros of the Guardian. Double shot to a light shield, and you can just pen walls like that. Rest in peace, Noble Dev. He's going to have to do a lot of work here. Sandith is collecting 2 with the Guardian of his own. And he is just going to go ahead and save the rifle he's got here. Smart move. Smart move. Once again, T1 are not opening these rounds in quick succession, or like quick fashion. Words are hard. T1 are not opening these rounds in quick fashion. Rather, they are just kind of waiting for Guangdong to make a couple mistakes, and then going off of what info they get. And I appreciate that game style. It's working out pretty good for him so far. And now Guangdong are going to have a very bad buy coming into this round. Yeah. 3,000, 4,000, 2,000, 2,000, 2,000. They have nothing, dude. They have nothing. Arc is a frenzy. Mikey White. Mikey White had a bucky. You should go for it, dude. Screw it. Might as well. I wouldn't hate the notion that T1 might speed up this round because they're on a better buy. I don't hate that. I don't think Kirito has a trip on C main, so that shock's not going to get anything, but it is going to kind of hint at the fact that they want to hit over here. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Once again, it's just aimless. It's just aimless. GDT are walking up into space they don't deserve, and it's just killing them for it. It's just killing them for it. Omen will get a pick. Oh, Kirito gets one of his own, so now this is looking a lot more doable. Little slip up there from T1. One also stuck in the corner. Okay, there we go. The remaining players are able to close out the rest of the round. Made it slightly more costly. I mean, Guangdong do kill 3 right there. I'll take that as a win in their books. Especially considering the econ they came into this one with. Nothing but pistols. I don't think a single gun over the cost of 600 credits. It's not a terrible loss. Guangdong also have 1 off of Phoenix Ult, 1 off of Omen, 2 off of Jet. Couple regen shields coming in here, and I mean, T1 just can spend as much money as they could possibly ever desire. Because nobody's going to stop them at all. The first kills with shock darts, that's kind of cool. Oh, interesting. Okay, so Guangdong are good at response. They're able to kill 2 on the side entry, but I fear that they might not have enough here. Miles is in a prime spot to potentially go for a Phoenix ult here. I wouldn't hate him if he did. There we go. There's the perfect cue. They are going to end up trading him out, though, because of the wall isolating the angles. Unfortunate for them. Very well placement from T1. Oh! Oh my goodness. Gavin is just so extremely low after that shock dart. Does not have any more heal items. But thankfully still alive in the round. T1 looking fine. Hey, I know this dart. Hey, I know this dart. This guy's stolen my tech. Look at this wrap that Gavin is going for. Noble knows that he has to close the gap on the long players. But not knowing where the other one was is such a terrible situation to be in for them. T1 claimed 5 in a row. 5 in a row. They have not lost a single attack side round so far. And if any time at all, guys, Guangdong, there's a big gray button with your name on it. It's labeled timeout. Please, for my sake. For my sake, guys. For my sake. They do have a couple of ults to work here. And here is going to be one of them. It's not going to connect quite literally any value, however. 80 damage onto 1 player. Okay, there we go. So Aimless is taken down. The X Factor for T1 is out very early into the round. So now Guangdong are going to have to poise themselves in a way to where they can win the round without their Sentinel, who's been containing so much of the map previously, and overall just shooting straight. And we see the numbers start dwindling away because Guangdong are just taking space now that they don't have the worry and fear of someone else pushing up. Swivel's going to kind of take that mantle on a little bit. We're making a little bit of pressure. Look at this. Neither of these players are even remotely aware of each other. India is going to have a kill. Oh my goodness! Swivel finally turns around. Gavin finds 2 of his own there as well. Kirito is going to have to do some damage control. Does know where the other 2 players are headed, but it's going to be on the opposite side of the map, unfortunately. Quite literally no util to his name, just a gun in hand. Pretty full kits for both of these remaining T1 players, so on paper, it's looking like a 7-11, but you never know what could happen with some of these players. I like the play that Guangdong decided to go for. That being the very fast Sova dart. Or not Sova dart, excuse me. The very fast Sova ult. It was very lucky that they even managed to go ahead and get the kill onto the KJ. Oh my goodness, let me stop talking. Oh my goodness, Kirito, such a good little flick. Such a good little flick. Onto Gavin. Fortunately, it was a 2v1. Swivel's alive there. Now these alt economies for both teams, take away the Phoenix and give it to Arc. Take away Phoenix alt, give it to Arc. That's the true alt economy, alright? We got Phoenix, we got Jet, we got Sova for T1. We got Jet, we got Omen for Guangdong. 2 rifles and 3 sheriffs for Guangdong here. Gonna have to make something very fast happen. As T1 are coming in a fast round themselves. Phoenix ulting onto the C site. Once again, it's just a very fast C hit over here. All of the site anchors are just down immediately. It's just over. This round's just over. And then Aimless, who thankfully wasn't taken down frame 1 into the round, does manage to get a kill. 5v1. T1. Inya versus the entire enemy team. It's just a flawless round, dude. Flawless, fast round. T1 are really good at, like, swapping up the pacing of some of these rounds. It's really making Guangdong struggle to get a grip of what's actually going down. And so, despite the fact that they're even, like, stacked up towards C, I'm sure they aren't, like, anticipating a very fast take. Especially considering the fact that they just cannot take map space while Aimless is alive either. Such good utility to clear out so much space in general, and it's just, like, so difficult to get a grip. I'm certain a timeout would help in discussion as to what we could be doing better, but no, this is 7 rounds in a row that T1 have just stolen from underneath their boots. Okay, this is an example of another one of those rounds. They take fast A pressure. They even show Jet. Cypher calls the rotates over. They're grabbing an orb and everything, and then they're just pausing. And then they're just shift walking away. And it's these players on the map like Aimless. Oh. It's these players on the map like Aimless who are just making Guangdong super scared to come in and re-clear any space. Especially considering he just heard like all of that noise, you know? So he very well could have had 3 there, but it's just the threat that T1 are presenting that just makes them shy away from it. I like the careful play, but at the same time, you're at match point, you gotta take a couple risks here. Risks are not necessarily needing to be taken because Miles is activating over here, and Swivel's taken down in the corner as well. There we go. Good little round from Guangdong. I think T1 kind of like slowed the pace for themselves a little bit. I don't think that was a Guangdong good round. I think that was a T1 slipping up the pacing a little bit round. You know what I mean? Like, Guangdong weren't exactly in control of that one necessarily. T1 were just kind of shying away from their identity. Maybe they were getting a little overconfident, you know, shying away from the game plan. Guys, we got like 7 rounds in a row on attack. We're good. They're still on match point. They're still looking really good. They still have 3 rounds of safety net until overtime is even potentially a factor. You just got to make sure you're sticking to your identity that you've built up over these past couple rounds. Deciding to go for it once again. Trying to bait some A main pressure. Arc gets a cheeky little pick onto their fellow Omen, so now T1 will have absolutely no smokes other than, I think, 1 jet smoke left if they want to go and execute something. Arc also not deciding he wants to jump peek anything. This is surely a jump spot angle. Droning into 2 players as well as a trip. Sova sprinting away. Baiting for the corner player. Very good plan. Unfortunately, won't be able to close out more than 1. And the push out through garage is just dwindling numbers away. Gavin's also going to have not dead yet. All active. Oh my goodness. Sorry, not dead yet. Run it back all. We'll gain that health again, but unfortunately, once again, I think just pacing themselves a little too poorly here. They're slipping up a little bit. They're slipping up a little bit, and Guangdong are taking good advantage of that. Guangdong seem like a team definitely comfortable when the pace is consistent, and they can adjust to certain things in the round, but I wouldn't even be mad if T1 called the timeout here and discussed something on how we could close out this round. I mean, you're at series point right now. This is a doable comeback against your team. You might as well start yapping and talking as to what you could potentially be doing better. I wouldn't hate that fact. Neither team wants to. I'm an avid timeout
Here.
enjoyer. Enjoyer. I'm a timeout activist. Please do, guys. Gavin takes a single bullet. And he was looking like he might want to go ahead and re-peek this. Ooh. Peeks with the jump spot. Toppin once again involved with the first kill of the round. Luckily, he is on the giving end this time. But that puts GDT in a precarious position because now their run it back all is not online. Oh, there goes their other one too. Noble Dev is gone. Now they're hafting. That's not a word. They're gonna have to play full retake here over on A. The only problem is nobody's on A. Kirito gets a kill onto Zan. They traded out by Aimless. But all the pressure that was just put on A is going to be completely shifted over to the C site. And he catches a straggler. So now this is definitely doable for him. Lockdown is not going to be a factor coming into this one. Bladestorm is online, so if they do decide to get active, this would be the round. 1 kill off dash as well. Whoa, whoa, whoa! I think we need a little more space before we decide to do something like that. Now, okay, it's looking wraps. And he had 2 smokes to his name, 1 off dash. It's just over. There we go. T1 take the series 2-0, 13-9 on both maps respectively. Just some good gaming, dude. Just some good gaming from both sides. I mean, Gavin was just going absolutely ham on it. I'm pretty sure MVP both maps. 25 on Ascent, 23 here. So for a total of 48. My goodness. They were just looking like the better team. They controlled the pace the entire time. And it was just like, it was just a T1 show. That's pretty much all I gotta say. They were just looking pretty good. They were just looking pretty good. I mean, I have nothing really to even, like, say. They were just looking great. I'm also very low on blood right now, so my input is what I see on the screen. I'm very cooked. Hi, Gavin! Yeah, you got stolen. You got stolen. Well, shoot, man. Do you drop 25 on Ascent and then 23 on Haven just now?
Yeah, another.
I got those numbers right, dude.
Last week.
Holy man! I know I got 4 first bloods on this one. What'd you get on the last map? I can't quite recall. And I don't think I have 4 and 4.
Yeah.
This guy's crazy. Nah, I mean, if you're getting the first bloods, you're not a baiter, you know.
True.
Well, good match from y'all, I believe. What were you coming into today? 4 and 2, now 5 and 2. Guangdong is also now 5 and 2.
Yeah, I don't know how it works out with the math. I know Labubu's lost last week as well. Are they only 1 loss or do they have 2?
I'm not positive. They are 5 and 1 updated to this week. The stat, I'm pretty sure the stats aren't like fully up to date. It'll all be fleshed out like once this week's stats are finally entered in and all the games are good. We'll see.
Yeah.
Either way, top 6 playoffs, you guys are guaranteed.
Yeah, I think if they lose again, then it's like a 3-way tie for first or something. And we might win off map differential because we've done a lot of 2-0s. And I think we beat the top 2 other teams, except the Blues. They're the ones that beat us. So maybe they take the cake because they beat us. I have no idea.
Well, Guangdong beat them out. Guangdong beat Labubu's out on map diff. I see Guangdong 7 to Labubu's 6. And Labubu's are it's a weird situation. If you even go to like the little website that I'm looking at, the circuit standings, it's just cooked. It's just cooked. It's not my job either, man. I don't care. I don't care.
All I gotta do is listen to the swivel and just kill people.
Yeah, literally. I mean, you guys did it pretty well. You guys did it pretty well. A lot of you guys actually had Spectre stuff this time, thank goodness, but it still didn't work for like 4 of them for no reason.
I mean, it looks cool. Like, even with the question marks, it still looks cool.
It looks cool. I'm keeping it, but like, dang, man. Dang, man. I should switch to Blob. Are they expensive, though, so probably not. Well, anyways. Let's see. Let me draft up a couple questions for you. You said Swivel's telling you to kill. He's your IGL, I'm assuming? The main person behind calling the shots?
He's the main voice, but honestly our whole team is pretty vocal. Swivel like will kind of cook up the pre-round, like our starting positions.
Mm-hmm.
And then from there, the mid-rounders are usually Toppin, myself, or Aimless. I would say I'm like 3rd in that order, with Swivel also being a mid-rounder. I only really say something if I get like a double kill or an entry kill, and I'm like, okay, we're just gonna hit this, and then I'm like, let's go, or let's just leave, and then we cancel. But otherwise, it's mostly Aim was calling us back from his lyrics, or Toppin, who's the second initiator usually, or Smoker, making us telling us where to go. So
Yeah.
it's like a almost PRX-ish, I guess, in a way, where
Everyone's contributing.
Everyone has a voice, but
Yeah.
the most dominant ones for sure is Swivel.
I mean, yeah, dude, you were even saying Aimless calling everyone back. This guy was getting so much value on the attack half on Haven. Like, the reason you guys were winning a lot of those rounds was just Aimless containing all the space that Guangdong were trying to take when they didn't feel any pressure. That's such an annoying playstyle to overcome. I'm surprised they don't call a timeout to discuss how they can adjust to that, but that's just me. I'm a timeout fiend. I mean, yeah, you matched MVP 2 games back to back. What's clicking for you individually today? Like, what'd you eat, man? What's the what's the process?
Let me think. I had Bush's chicken. Pretty sure I got light food poisoning. I felt like vomiting almost the whole series, but it is what it is. I'm chugging water. I had a good warm up with community sprints, so that's good. Little endorsement on the IRP sprints. They're high level, so. I don't know. I've just been feeling pretty good. My main job is to get kills, I think. If I do well, our team usually does pretty well. And I know that even if I falter a little bit, then my other top fraggers, like pretty much everyone on my team actually frags. They can get my back and they can pick up the slack. But yeah, I don't know. I feel good, I guess, when it comes to shooting.
You definitely look good today. Let's see, what one can I send you off with? Were there any specific habits you noticed that you could like particularly take advantage of for Guangdong? I know it was mainly like Aimless spearheading the other map, but was there anything like you in particular noticed that you pointed out that helped you take the edge today?
I mean, I play a lot with Noble and Judah, and they're on my Premier team, so I kind of know how they operate a little bit. I know Judah likes to play a lot of late timings. He doesn't really take early timings. And then Noble likes mid. If he on any map, if you play versus Noble, you could probably just counter call him by making a mid play or like mid fight, or if nothing's working for them, then he's just gonna call like a mid play, and so you could probably expect it. I also think that their team, like mid-wise in general as well, is fairly weak. Like especially on Haven. On Haven, I walk down mid probably like 3 or 4 times, and they just never punished. And then the one time they did try to fight, we fought as well.
You were up window for maybe like 4 rounds in a row. I saw. I was like, damn.
Yeah, I just walked up, no competition. I was surprised Judah wasn't playing in spawn. Like I actually thought he'd be in spawn in like 1 or 2 rounds.
All right, well, just knowing where they were gonna play with previous experience, they're playing against the teammates always helps. You just know. You just know. All right, well, GG's today. Congratulations on the win, and I mean, it's gonna be a stat off for whoever gets first here. We will see. You are in contention. We will see. Once the stats are updated, it will become way clearer, and we'll have a fun little playoff week.
Yeah, I'm curious to see how it works.
Much appreciated. Have a good one. And he's gone. And he's gone. Alrighty. That's going to do it from me. Team 1 take it. Both maps. 13-9. Getting a nice little +8 round if today. And now in contention for the #1 seed. We'll see how that ends up. Thank you guys for watching today. I know it's kind of a more low-key, chill-ish. Didn't have any co-caster. It was just me yapping. I've been doing this. I've been doing this for real. All right. See you guys. Bye bye. मेरी जैसे में टरेंचुला ना है कोई तोड़ मेरा जब से पूर्वजों का ज्ञान मिला मेरे जैसा मिलेगा कोई ना तू और चाहे जो भी था सबकी कब्र मैंने खोदी क्या तुम लगाओ
के बोलिया कम पड़े गोलियां चंद्रगुप्त मेमोरिया या दिला तू लोरिया come to me and you just gonna die that's really a given I am invincible and you are invisible see that's really a difference get out of my way or leave the world the choice is yours I don't kill my enemies I play with them that's what the toys are for from Mumbai to the rest of the world I am the Raja भिड़ेगा तो उठेगा जनाजा ना तू मेरी तरफ आना